a South African man, say South African, or a Dubai investor has been conned of $1 million, for example. But they also go ahead to say that he paid $1 million to get 100 kilograms of gold. Now, there is a problem with that figure already. If you could only convert the amount, the amount he was supposed to pay for the gold, because 100 kilograms of gold right now will be equivalent to $100 million. No, not 100, like $10 million. But this person has paid he has been conned of $1 million.
Oba tujita PMPU. PMPU emaze emyaka ndowooza 8 kati, yatandika mu 2017. Leadership ya police ebiseera ebyo yasalawo ekole unit supportinga mines sector. So tuli wansi wa Ministry ya Energy and Mineral Development betuyambako enforcement. Fe tuteeka bebateeka ebiragiro mu nkola, kati fe tujjawo nga enforcement okubayamba. So bebakama baffe supervisinga. Naye nga police tuli under Directorate ya Operations. Directorate ya Operations. Tukolera mu zones, tuli buli wamu mu Uganda. Lwakuba nti tubeera nnyo mu birombe, teri mu town temuba nnyo bya kusima, naye tubeera nnyo mu field. So abalombe bo batumanyi, genda Kasanda yagamba ye mineral police leebo. So buli Uganda wonna weetuli, teriwo jagenda nga notasanga musirikale wa minerals police. So tuli mu Central, Karamoja, Eastern, Kigezi, Ankole, West Nile ne Rwenzori. Kati tulina ne detaches. Tulina detaches mu bifo bino byonna, era nga tuliwo okuwa support yonna eyetaagisa. Kati tetukola feka, nga bwe mulabye tulina ministries eziri mu line ya minerals, ng'ogyeko ne Ministry ya Minerals, waliwo endala nga finance, waliyo internal affairs, waliyo nyingi zonna n'ebitongole ebirala. Tukola ne State House Investors Protection Unit, kubanga abantu abamu abajja okugula oba okutradinga mu minerals za Uganda babeera ba investor, ne bajja okusima gold, abantu baba batawaanya. So office ya State House Investors Protection Unit egoberera nnyo ensonga za abali mu investment mu minerals. So tukola nabo batuwabula ne State House Anti-Corruption Unit, tukola ne Kisaawe CAA, tukola ne NEMA, tukola ne Bank of Uganda, local government kuva ku LC5 RDC tukola nabo. Okay, kakati omulimu gwaffe kulwanisa bumenyi bw'amateeka, naye tulina obumenyi bw'amateeka obumu obuli prevalent nga tudiringa nabo buli kiseera. So obumu ku bitutawaanya oba byetudiringa nabyo ye smuggling, okukukusa ebyobugagga okuva mu Uganda. Ate nga mumanyi nti tulina ensalo oluusi ziba porous. So unity yaffe ediringa nnyo ne okulwana ne abasmugglinga. Ate smuggling yeeyongera, President bwe yateeka ban ku kutunda, oku-exportinga unprocessed or minerals nga tebataddeeko value addition. Kati awo nekola ki abaali batunda iron ore nga bamutwala Mombasa ne batandika mu kukusa olwokuba tebasobola mu exportinga nga tebataddeeko ki value. So smuggling eyo eri mu southwestern Uganda naye twatandise ebikwekweto okugirwanisa nga tukola wamu n'ab'obuyinza n'ebitongole ebirala. Challenge endala eriwo ye okuteega abatunda ebyobugagga bino ne bababbako ebyobugagga byabwe, robberies. Then illegal mining, abantu baagala kusima ebyobugagga nga tebafunye ebiwandiiko license. So nayo challenge tugirina naddala mu gold, naye ekyomukisa mulungi ti ministry erigabye license nyingi, so ekyo nakyo kigenda kikendeera olwa license nyingi ze batandise okugaba. Kaakati obuzibu tusingira ddala okuba nabo saawa eno ye ebyokusuubula mu gold ne scammers oba obufere. Tuba tumontaringa statistics zaffe tulabye nti ba victim oba abantu ababbiddwako sente ku bakyala kimpadde bano beeyongedde mwaka guno. So mu January twatandika okuteekawo ebikwekweto nga tusinziira ku obukodyo bwe bakozesa. Bafuna amayumba ne bagapangisa ne bagateekamu entebe, carpet, bagatimba ebifaananyi bya goldi. Omuzungu n'atuuka wali n'agamba ndi watuufu. Lumala okusasula okomawo nga basenguka dda nga olaba nsiko. So twatandika naffe twagamba atakulekera naawe tokola ki, tutandika. So mu February twagalawo ebifo byabwe bimu, ate ebikwekweto bino bigendagendera ddala mu maaso kubanga tulabye nti okuva February bigenda bikomawo. So bakozesa obukodyo bungi, beeranga ku intaneti. Kati abazungu yagenda n'akebera atuukira ku muntu ki mukyamu, afuna erinnya n'agituma kampani naye nga buli kimu kifu. URSB traders license byonna bikiyingirire, traders license byonna biki, sorry, mineral dealers nga tebiriyo. So tutaddewo naffe tutandise okukola ku cyber desk. Tulina aba ICT nga bagenda beeranga ku intaneti nga balaba groups zino nga tuzikoleko nga tezinaba kubba bantu, preventive. Success endala ng'ogyeko ey'okugalawo ebifo bino, cases ze balopa ewaffe tuzi investigatinga conclusively n'ekigenderera ekyokutwala abantu bano mu mbuga z'amateeka naye n'okubaggyako bye babbye. Exhibit za mirundi ebiri ze tuzuula bye bakozesa okubba, okufera fake gold, biki bimashini tubiconficatinga store tugenda bidisposinga off. Then bye bafunye nga tufunye obukakafu nti bivudde mu sente ziri ze babbye, nabyo tukola ki, tubirikavaringa. Kooti netulagira babitunde, sente zidizibwani nanyini waazo n'okuzifuna ku akawunti n'okuzijja mu mayumba gaabwe. Olaba lisiti wano, buli case kuliko sente. Bw'obabuuza sente mitwalo 3 ogijjeewa tasobola kunnyonnyola. Ffe nga tugenda mu kooti nga tugamba tusuubira nti omuntu ono mu sente ze ziri ze yakola ki, ze yabba. N'emmotoka ennene zino ze bagulamu mu sente ezo ze baba bafunye. So tulina cases kuva February twakwata twakwata abantu 5 mu cases 8 mu March abantu 4, mu April abantu 8, May 21, June abantu 7, July abantu 10 ba suspects, then August twakakwatako omu ne exhibits recovered. So mwebale nnyo.
We license and regulate activities of the mining and minerals sector. We license from exploration to mining, value addition, and trade. So today we are here. We have partnered with Police Minerals Protection Unit, which is a sister agency that we work with in enforcement of the provisions of the Mining and Minerals Act of 2022. We are here to give a status on the efforts that we have taken together with PMPU to curb the illicit trade in minerals and the associated crimes. Now, you should note that we do a lot of licensing and regulation. We provide licenses for all activities in the mineral sector. I don't have time to go through those, but these are, if you get a copy of, they are called the Mining and Minerals Licensing Regulations of 2023. All those licenses are provided for under there, and even the requirements for obtaining those licenses are within that set of regulations. Illicit trade in minerals is why we are here today. Illicit trade in minerals, first of all, it involves significant amounts of money. That is why whenever there is a case, it ends in the papers and everyone is alarmed. But I have noted that even when everyone is alarmed, people don't pay attention to the details. In what the papers write, they will write something like this. A South African man, say South African, or a Dubai investor has been conned of $1 million, for example. But they also go ahead to say that he paid $1 million to get 100 kilograms of gold. Now, there is a problem with that figure already. If you could only convert the amount, the amount he was supposed to pay for the gold, because 100 kilograms of gold right now will be equivalent to $100 million. No, not 100, like $10 million. But this person has paid he has been conned of $1 million. So in most cases, it is a case of who has outsmarted who. Because some of these people also come here to con. No one, gold is like money. In fact, if you have gold, if you took it to Bank of Uganda today, and Bank of Uganda can trace the source of that gold, Bank of Uganda will give you money for that gold. So when someone says that, give me your gold, and I will only, and you only give me 10% of the value of my gold, and then you take it, you will send me the balance of the money when the gold reaches your destination. It is a lie. No genuine trader of gold is going to ask you for a fraction of his money for him to give you his gold. The genuine traders of gold, if the transaction happens in this room, that man will not leave unless he's sure even all his money has gone to his account. If it is a cash transaction, he will not leave until you've paid all his money. So there is no genuine transaction in a high-value commodity as gold, where people will ask you, give me 5%, I pay taxes, and then for you, you take the value. My gold is valued at 10 million, and I tell you, give me 5% of that, which is 500,000, and then you can pay me the balance later. It doesn't make sense. So it is a case of who has outsmarted who, in most cases. So, but also, the reason I'm saying this is the would-be culprits of these scams. I want to communicate that no one in Uganda is going to sell you genuine gold for a fraction of the price, even if he's telling you that he's selling you the gold at 50% of the price. Why? Who would be interested in foregoing half of the money that he can earn easily and tell you, you can have it? So the tech you're dealing with are ignorant. Sometimes they are smarter than you. That is why they will end up cheating you. You think you're going to take $9 million from them, but for them their target is to take $100,000 from you. So that is how people get conned. Secondly, Uganda is not a paradise where you're just going to come, pick minerals, and then take them for free. No. The people who mine these minerals, they know the international market. They are well informed, however uneducated they are. And do not be deceived by their looks. Those guys you see in Kasanda, in their ramshackled clothes, they know the current international price of gold. So don't be deceived that you're dealing with people that don't think right or that are not aware. Then the other thing to caution the public about is some of these people actually have licenses that are valid. They will go, do all the paperwork, and even get licenses from the Ministry of Energy. And if all you're looking for is for someone to have the licenses, they will have them and still con you. So I appeal to the general public to endeavor to always do due diligence on the companies that you're trying to do business with in Uganda. That way we can reduce the number of scams in the gold trade business. As a government, we are also trying to regularize the trade in minerals. We have realized that issuing a license is not enough. We are coming up with tougher and stricter regulations for for the trade in gold. We are going to establish government-regulated mineral markets where if anyone wants to trade in minerals in a legit way, there are designated places and centers where miners can bring their minerals, and even the buyers. They meet in a place that is properly regulated, and in that place you will find Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, you will find Uganda Revenue Authority, because for you to trade in minerals legally, you need to pay the taxes. So you will find URA, you will find PMPU, which shall provide security. You will find formal banking services for transactions that are huge. The intention is to also reduce the risk on both the buyers and the sellers of these minerals.
With Julia Caesar, Assistant Commissioner of Police, and I head the Police Minerals Protection Unit, PMPU, as the commandant. What is PMPU, or Police Minerals Protection Unit? PMPU was established on 7th August 2017 by the police leadership by then, to be responsible for planning, policy formulation, supervision, and monitoring of mineral security for sustainable utilization and exploitation for the benefit of the country. It is a unit under a directorate of operations of UPF. You know, we have a number of directorates, so PMPU is under Directorate of Operations, and it is the enforcement body for the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, specifically the Department of Mines. So we are supervised by both police and the ministry. The ministry is Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, but the Department of Mines. And that's why Mr. Sebagala is here to join me for this press statement. We operate in zones, and apparently we have 8 zones, and we cover all parts of Uganda. Wherever there are mining activities, Mineral Police is there to regulate. So we are in 8 zones, and the 8 zones are Central covers districts in Central, and the headquarters for this zone, you'll find PMPU in Kasanda in the gold mines. That's where the headquarters is, but overseeing a number of districts. The other zone is Karamoja. You'll find the headquarters in Moroto, but supervising, monitoring, and regulating all mining activities in Karamoja. In fact, Karamoja, all the districts, you'll find mining activities. It's highly mineralized, Karamoja region. Then we have Metropolitan Zone. Metropolitan Zone is basically Kampala, what you call Kampala Nemirirano. That is also a metropolitan, and we are established in Kampala city here. Eastern Zone, the zonal commander sits in Busia, overseeing mining in Busia, Namaingo, Bujiri, Mayuge, all those places we have activities of mining ranging from exploration, survey, and many others. Chigezi is also a zone for PMPU, and the base is in Kabale. We have Ankole. The zonal commander is in Ntungamo, that's where they sit. West Nile in Arua, because of the trade in minerals there and mining. In Yumbe, in Nebi, all these places are mining activities. Lastly, we have Rwenzori. Rwenzori, you know that region is also mineralized. Those mountains of Rwenzori, and our zonal headquarters is in Kasese. All these zones are commanded by gazetted officers who are called zonal commanders. And below them we have detaches. PMPU is majorly a field or operational unit. That's why we are under Directorate of Operations. We are in the field carrying out operations, but also investigation. We manage cases, so we also carry out investigation of crime from the mine sector. We don't work alone. In regulation of the mine sector, we don't work alone. We work with all stakeholders and agencies that support the mines. For example, security agencies, we work with the intelligence, that is ISO, the ESO. We work with the government bodies that support investment and trade, and also supporting investors. For example, State House Investors Protection Unit. We work together and closely with the Office of Kano Nakalema. We work with the State House and Corruption Unit. We work with UPDF. For example, in areas like Karamoja, they support us to jointly police that area because of the security challenges. We work with the NEMA. Mining goes with a lot of environmental effect or degradation, so you find us with the NEMA working closely. We work with the URSB documents. We work with the Bank of Uganda. We work with the Ministry of Finance. We work with local government. Local government, they support a lot. We work with the internal affairs, embassies, and lastly, territorial police. Yes, we are mineral police unit, but we coordinate. We carry out operations together with the territorial police, DPCs, RPCs, up to the last. We work with them, especially when we are conducting big operations. Now, I want to emphasize that even before PMP was established, the mine sector was well policed and regulated. But this unit was established specifically to attend to mine-related crime and regulations. So our officers have that specialized training that we have built over time. What's our mandate? 1, implement plans, policies, and strategies for effective security of minerals in the country. Conduct inspections, surveillance, and monitoring in order to detect and prevent illegal mining in the country. Develop and manage systems on maintenance and regulation of technical equipment and other resources for the unit. Finally, develop the human and non-human capacity of the unit to handle minerals protection in the country. This is very important. Our unit has built capacity for 8 years now, and we are able to give any support in relation to mining and trade. And I want to remind the public that any activity, anything to do with a mineral goes with either a license or a permit. Even carrying a stone, a small stone, a rock, the law requires that you should have at least a movement permit, as you'll hear from the officer from the ministry. Now, in regulation of the sector, we are dealing with crime associated with the mining. And we've tried to come up with a few of these crimes, the prevalent crimes, the ones we are dealing with. And the common ones, one is the smuggling of minerals. Smuggling means illegally moving minerals outside the country. This is a big offense, and majorly it's now affecting southwestern Uganda. That is districts like Ntungamo, Isinjiro, Kisoro, where some few minerals are being smuggled to the neighboring countries. Some of these minerals are sensitive minerals used in making sensitive products. For example, we have a challenge with the smuggling of tin. Tin is found in Ntungamo and Isinjiro and the neighboring districts, but people carry it illegally to the neighboring countries. Then we also have wolfram, which is used in engines, explosives, and so many other important products being smuggled out. And even gold smuggled out, and many others. Mercury also smuggled in and out. As PMPU, we have begun operations. We launched operations in that area 2 months ago, and they are still going on. And we believe that we shall deal with this situation. But we want to caution the public that they should desist from this. Why smuggling rose up in this area was partly because of the ban on export of unprocessed ore. When there was executive order to stop export of ore, people resorted to smuggling, partly because they lacked market. We don't have smelters for some of these minerals. But of late, investors have put some of these smelters. For example, tin, there is a smelter in Mbarara. So the public, the people in that area should sell their ore there for value addition, such that they avoid being caught up in this act of smuggling. Illegal mining. This is a big problem we are also dealing with, but to a certain extent we've managed to reduce. And illegal mining is majorly affecting the mines of gold in central, Kasanda, Mubende, in eastern, and many other parts. And illegal mining is partly because of the many minerals. Uganda is mineralized. People wake up and discover gold. We have a gold rush. From nowhere, a person who was making a pit to put matoke, he finds some element of gold. He alarms, and 10,000 people descend in that place to pick the gold, which is an illegal activity, because they have found gold coming on surface. Now, we have tried, of course, with the ministry, which we support. Wherever these illegal minings are detected, we come in very fast to guide people, but also to enforce. Sometimes you have to use force to remove people and pave way for proper and legal mining. So we also appeal to people to carry out better mining practices by following the guidelines and the laws and what the authorities tell them. The other case of crimes we deal with is the robberies and thefts. Mining goes with the thefts because of what they get from underground. For example, gold, very valuable and expensive. Sometimes people who get the gold or who trade the gold are waylaid. Our unit tries to work with the mining community to put measures to make sure that they are safe, checkpoints, patrols, and escorts. And some people fall victim because they conceal, they hide, they mine illegally and don't declare to the authorities, to the supervisors. So they end up transporting this gold in unsafe measures, and then they are robbed. So we appeal also in this area that the miners and those dealing in trade should work with us. We have a serious problem of fraud or obtaining by pretense or buffere, and this is perpetuated by people illegally dealing in trade on minerals. They don't acquire licenses and defraud the people they are dealing with. No license, no documentation, they are not supervised, and they end up causing loss to the victims. Now, I want to single out the gold trade among all these other minerals and the trade in these other minerals. Allow me to say something about gold trade. And it's the biggest challenge, fraud associated with gold because of the demand. Our observation as the Mineral Police and the ministry and generally in the country is that the demand for gold worldwide and in Uganda has increased. We see a lot of people, especially foreign nationals, having interest, others coming in here to look for gold. I remember last year, a kilo of gold was around 79,000 US dollars. But right now, I'm told it's between 100 to 120,000 US dollars. So you can see the difference. Scammers or fraudsters have taken advantage of this. And how does it manifest? What do these scammers do to take this, to take money from the victims? One, they use a lot of fake documents. They use fake documents. They communicate false stories. They get pictures from big mines in other countries, in Congo and put them on their website, creating fake companies which don't exist. They hire premises and label those premises companies, and that company, without even a license to trade in any mineral, lasts for a short time. After taking money, you go to the same place, you don't find anybody. So they use a lot of tricks. They also lure the victims. They communicate very low prices of gold, for example. They tell you a kilo of gold is 40,000. They promise to do everything for you. All you need is to send money. In fact, some victims even don't bother coming in here. Someone will stay in Dubai, in the US, send money and expect the consignment. He waits until the gold never reaches the destination. Also, they use illegal and fake refineries. Before you buy gold, you test. Most of these fraudsters use fake or tampered with gadgets, the testing machines. They open, put something, so when they are testing the fake gold, it will be reading the small piece of gold that are put in the machine. When they go to test, they play tricks there in the illegal refineries, and they swap. So after testing, gold is packed, then they tell you, you wait, we shall ship your gold. You wait months, a year, until you give up. Also, they move in so many countries. They engage you from Uganda, you go to Nairobi, you go to Burundi, you go to Dubai. So they have so many tricks they use just to confuse you, to get more money, to ask money for facilitation, money for documentation, money for transport, money for export. So at the end of the day, you pay just $200,000 for processing, for the visit, for the trade, or one transaction. And so many. So we appeal also to the public in this area, especially our visitors, the foreign nationals, that those interested in trading in gold in Uganda should come and get information. Mr. Sebagala will tell us some of the bodies or government agencies that are ready to provide information and guidelines on how to trade in gold. Then we also appeal to them that if they are interested in doing business, they should acquire the necessary licenses. The fraudsters take advantage of them not being authorized to do business in Uganda and end up taking money from them. They tell them you don't have a license, you cannot acquire it because you are not a Ugandan, and it's not true. In Uganda, as long as you are interested and you follow the laws, you can do any business. So they should come, get information. We are ready very many offices, very many ministries, Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, State House Office. All these are in place to offer any help they need. And we shall get from the official, even telling us where gold markets are, such that they don't buy on the streets, they don't buy in funny places. But as a preventive measure, Minneapolis has also come up with a cyber desk. We are working on a cyber desk to be getting these people, because they use a lot of internet to post fake communication. So if you are there, please, you'll see us at your door. We post fake license, fake everything. What have we done in addition to what I've said? Or our success in this sector as Minneapolis. In January this year, we embarked on crackdown operations in town here to look for fake refineries, fake shops. Like I told you, these people go and hire houses, hide there, and do a lot of things. So we went in Muyenga, Buziga, Lubowa, all those areas, and they closed 15 of these places and recovered so many exhibits. Some of the exhibits is what they use, the aid, what they use to commit this crime. Like I've told you, you can't buy gold without testing. You can't scam a person without presenting something like gold. So they go get mud, and put a layer of, they can even put a small layer of very small content of gold, or get other metals, zinc and copper, or get ginjalia minzani, ginjalia minzani, and put something, or get a box and seal. They say you cannot open. So all this we got them to disable, to remove gas cylinders, fake testing machine, safes, and closed these premises. We closed them. And after these operations, the scale went down. Scale went down. I read the statistics from February. And what I want to promise now is that next month, we are launching these operations again, because we are seeing it had totally reduced. There's a month we had 2 cases, and now July I'm seeing